Joined by Sam Houston State head football coach Casey Keeler. Coach, thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, absolutely. Great to talk football.
Finally,
I
yes,
think we were all a little nervous. We weren't going to be able to talk football, but, hopefully we can get this spring season going, and we're all very excited.
exactly. What are you and your team most excited about finally being able to take the field again?
We just miss like being with each other. It's such a great group of kids. And we just like the camaraderie. And, I think, we had some things go on this year with some racial injustice issues. And I thought our team did a great job of putting together a racial injustice education program. And I think that's really bonded the team, having some really difficult conversations. And we've really attacked that head on. And so there's been some things that we've done in the off season to grow just as men. And I think it's really actually brought us closer together as a team too. So I'm just excited to get these guys in a game situation and go on game day and have some fun with them, because I think we're pretty talented. And I know we have just a great group coming back.
Talking a little bit more about the units that you will have taking the field, let's look at offense first. Last year, which was 2019, it's been over a year since we've played. Your offense, especially the quarterback position, had to deal with a handful of injuries. How have you seen them grow and progress to this upcoming season?
Yeah, I think handfuls being nice. To lose three quarterbacks I've done this a long time. I've lost starting quarterbacks before. I've lost backups. I never lost three. And then to put Ty Brock out there with a bad ankle most of the season because we had two freshmen that were partial scholarship freshmen, it was hard because, also we played such phenomenal defense. And so to have a healthy Eric Schmidt, if you think about the impact Eric Schmidt can make on a team, in the two games that he was healthy and played wire to wire, he threw for 950 yards and 9 touchdowns. And, he's the kind of guy that I think in practice, you can't get a good enough feel, because while you're watching teamwork, you're blowing the whistle because you think he's sacked. In a game, he's not sacked because he just does such an unbelievable job of extending plays like a Mahomes. Eric Schmidt is special. He really is. And we think he can be an All-American. We think the people we have around him skill-wise are as good as they're going to be in the country. Mike Dare, we lost last year to a hip operation. He's a really talented young man. He's back. Spent last year really up in the box, helping the coaching staff. So I think he sees the game from a little different perspective now, Courtney. And so you actually have a guy who's a coach on the field kind of situation. I think we feel pretty good about that.
You mentioned your defense. Last year, your defense was phenomenal, nationally ranked, kept you guys in a lot of those games. How are they looking for this upcoming season?
Yeah, we lost two really good linebackers. I think we're probably better leaders than they were even as players. But we feel really good, as all starts up front. I mean, Joe Wallace, Trace Mascara, Jahari Kay, Javon Leon. I mean, really dominant guys up front. That when they do that hero sports, 99 down to 1, we have three guys on the defensive line that had the top numbers in the country. So we feel great about where we are with the defensive line. Trevor Williams is a 5'9", 210-pound ball of energy at middle linebacker. And probably, if we would have let him play the whole season, probably would have had 150 tackles. But the leadership you lost with Hunter Brown and Roy C., it was hard. But when Trevor was in there, the impact he made was incredible. And you can just see how talented he is. Markel Perry is another really talented guy. Can play the jack linebacker, so we can walk up and play some 3-man and go 4-man, or he can play. So I think we have some answers at the linebacker spot, and then we have most of the secondary back also. You got the twins. I think Zion, McCullum could be a draft choice. Tristan's a pretty darn good football player too. Jalen Thomas might be as good a freshman that I ever coached in my entire lifetime, and he's started pretty much every game he's ever been here. So you got three studs back there. And I think there's some guys in the mix that I think we're going to feel pretty good about. That I think we're going to be, feeling good about the secondary. So I think the defense is pretty much, intact, except maybe those linebacker spots. I think the big question for us is, can we rebuild the offensive line? And that's been the journey from, I think, the moment the season was over last year when you looked at who was coming back. I think it was, can we rebuild that offensive line?
I went back and listened to our interview from July when we had our football media day, and you said that for this team, you felt like the staple was going to be the defense. Do you still feel like that's the case going into this?
I do, but I really think the offense could be special with how talented we are at the skill spots. I mean, I think we have three running backs, maybe as good as there is in the country. And then with Noah Smith, he's a guy who can play running back, but then also, he can bump out. So you have Donovan Williams, Ramon Jefferson, and Ramon was a 1,000-yard rusher at University of Maine and a 1,000-yard rusher at junior college. And so I got three great running backs. And then, with Ife Day coming back, Chandler Harbin coming back, D. Bowens, and then we add Jaquez Azard, who was a preseason FCS All-American last year at Howard, but then hurt his neck in lifting weights. We think our skill kids are special. So again, if we rebuild this offensive line, I have a good team, and hopefully we can get them all out there playing coming up here on the 20th of February.